What's going on, everybody? Sharpie360 here, and I spent 365 days building and leading a Viking village to Valhalla levels of glory in ASKA. An entire year. Well, this year was over the course of about 210 hours since the game launched, but nevertheless, today is the day we clicked over to 365. So in this video, I want to check out the massive village we built during that time, show some of the highlights during, and talk about some of the challenges I faced along the way. Behind the gate is where it all happens. So my friends, welcome to Skjallensharp. Let's get started. This is the main west gate right here. So the entire village, it's pretty large at this point. And before we get in there, make sure to hit that like button and possibly subscribe, and I would greatly appreciate that. All right, let's go. This is the massive village that we ended up building over the course of pretty much 10 years in ASKA, 11 full season cycles. So it's pretty massive, and you can hardly see all of it either. So we're gonna go and take a look and see what all is in this massive village. So basically I got 140 villagers going. That's about the sweet spot that I found right now with the amount of food that I'm bringing in. Food was kind of a challenge at first until I unlocked all of the fishing huts over here to help keep the food supply going for fish. And typically this is filled up, this whole warehouse, and then there's an additional warehouse just over there that usually gets full from the excess as well. Actually, that one's looking pretty full as is, so sweet. This is fishing spot 1 in the village. I had to build the secondary one, but yeah, so that's pretty cool. We got a main cottage right here, Longhouse, I mean. This thing's massive. It's got 3 sections in it and a bunch of watchtowers around it. I tried to get as much customization in here as I could. Not inside, but like around the design of the housing and stuff with the watchtowers, trying to make it look a little bit neat. And this is where we started. We come over here to this little area. This is where we spawned in. We got quite the view right here. And actually the village started over on the other side of this wall here. And to give you an idea of what we started with, this is what the seed looked like from the very beginning, and so it looks a lot different in this point in time, but it's definitely the same seed, so a lot of changes have been made over the course of the last 365 days. Let me take a look over there and go see. I got my Jarl's quarters right here, Chieftain's house. Pretty nice. Got myself all of my artifacts that I have access right now. I could keep going, but the bosses are just too easy at this point. The building has been friggin' awesome. The villagers seem to work pretty decently for the most part. There is some hiccups here and there, but as long as you kind of keep them moving along on their way, things seem to work out pretty well. So I got like 10 cooking houses at this point. This is the 8th one. What's up, buddy? Nana? All right. So let's go through these triple gates right here. There's a little staging point. There's pretty much no forest left. So basically the original camp was set up right here. This is where I started off building my very basic setup. And one of these campfires is still remaining there to this day. That was sweet. But we needed that to move over this way into the main area where I started flattening all the ground in this area and basically building off of where the Odin stone is. So everything is centralized right here. Here's the Odin stone. Eye of Odin hanging out. Initially it was like slightly over this way, but it got destroyed, so I had to rebuild it on the first invasion, I think it was. One of them. One of the early ones. The invasions are cake now. This is the main area that I was building out from in the warehouses and the workstations and stuff like that as well. So got a bunch of people right here running around doing stuff. I had everything all together, like the woodcutter, the stone gathering, and the gatherer's huts and stuff like that, all centralized in this area. But because we needed so much more supplies and I needed to get some more room and organized on where the buildings were, I ended up moving a lot of that stuff into better locations. So I got some woodcutter stuff right here. I moved all the stuff for woodcutting processing up here because I needed it all in one place. So I got a bunch of stuff going on here. And you come up this way, come to the first set of barracks that I laid down. So I got a couple of barracks here. These have been here since the beginning. They're the first ones I laid down, at least. I should probably eat some food pretty quick here, but yep, those are the barracks. A lot of the people living in this house are fighters and stuff. I think I have like 7 or 8 barracks now. And then behind there is a little bit of an archery range. And then we're gonna go up this way, buy some more barracks. These are the West End barracks. Got a few more. And then with the terraforming tools using, well, the terraforming tool is all right, but getting this wall set up like this has been using the stonecutter's house, and the archery range actually works really well for terraforming and ignoring vertical height. So you can see I got a wall all the way over here that I terraformed out, which is really nice. It gives me a view and protection of things. I like this little out thing. Let's go up the ladder and take a look. Pretty sweet. Camera's a little wonky, but you get the idea. This is just this side of the village that we can see from here. Looks pretty cool. All right, down we go. And we'll head across this way. All right, Garçon, what is on the menu today? Some meat stew. All right, yummy, yummy. Meat soup, I should say. Yum, yum, yum. I need to get some water as well. We will stop off at these barracks and continue on in the village tour. Massive village. So let's see. I need the water well. There's one of them at least right here. I'll grab these and fill it up. I got 2 water flasks on me. It seems to help a lot. All right. So initially we just had a path going up to this gate, and then it went outside. There wasn't too much over on this area, but I was running out of room on this side, so I had to start expanding over to the right here, down towards the east. And if we come out this way, we just got a little bit of a road. There you can see the portal over there for the next invasion is spawned in. And there's pretty much no more trees, so we've cut down all the trees and used them all. Portals have all been mainly on this side, and they're pretty much non-challenges at this point, even though we have 140 villagers. A lot of people spawn in, and I'll probably throw up a clip on what the last invasion looked like. There's a lot of people that spawn in, but we have probably, I would say, a good 30 people in our village that are combat ready and throughout the day on patrol at some point. And so what happens is I put all of them on a patrol point right outside the portal day of, and they just demolish things, and it's just wonderful. So over here on the west side, or the east side, I suppose, this is another little village area we got set up. Got the healer hut right there, some more barracks, 3 more barracks over on this side, which is good. There is an archery range that we passed on the way in here, and this is just for wood. Initially, I had a massive longhouse set up right here, and I had to destroy it because the the villagers kept getting stuck in the doorway, like right here, and they kept dehydrating and dying. So I had to destroy the entire longhouse to save my villagers, which was a bummer. And so I just ended up building a small cottage on the other side, yeah, right over there. So they're all in there now. Don't really need another longhouse, but I was just trying to fill up the space for the area for the village and stuff like that, because I was running out of things to do with the time. I was hoping there would be some more content out by now. I don't know if there's new content coming. They're still waiting on a roadmap, but I don't know. Here's a stone golem, stone Jotun temple, this guy, and then we have the one on the north side of the village over there to protecting everybody, watching over everybody. And I have my other village fishing area right here. This one consists of a few more of them than what are on the other side. They should be all manned as well. And all the fish go in here. I need some more storage for it and stuff like that. But yeah, we got water and fish storage right here. And then these guys will provide all the food that's needed as well. So let me take a look. I got 140 villagers. Almost all of them are at 100. And it's really just about balancing their schedules for what their individual needs are. Stuff like that. The perks will tell you how they need to be treated. And it's pretty simple once you get that figured out. I got all these guys. They're just crushing it, every single one of them. And all of my villages here, all of my village structures, all that stuff. So we got an entire thing going. Let me take a look and see how much food I have really quick. We have 563 fish. That typically hovers about 900 at the end of autumn or going into the winter, and that's with everybody fishing and doing their part and stuff like that. So it's been cool. I have been taking a couple people off of the fishing huts to build, especially with this stone Jotun temple, because that takes a lot of rock. I think it's like 75 large rocks or something like that to make the whole thing. So it's a lot of hauling rock. The villagers, when they're good at gathering and stuff like that, but like what they end up doing, they'll pick up a rock, a large stone, or like something heavy, and they'll run around and then fill up the rest of their inventory with this large item in their hands. And so it just takes them like forever because they're lugging this thing around. That should not work like that. Frames are pretty low. There's not much I can do about that because of the massive structure size of this village and all of the NPCs running around and doing their things and stuff like that. So I think we're sitting at about 40 frames per second on average right now. Definitely not as smooth as I'd like it to be, but what are you supposed to do when you got a village this big? And we also have this, just goes over up a little bit of a defensive wall on this way. And so what these walls do is really just solidify the fact that no enemies can get around. Say if a portal spawned on the other side of this fence just down the coast, I don't think it spawns that close to the ocean, but if it did that, they wouldn't be able to get around here because it'd be in the water too far, and same with the other side, so they'd have to like path over to the gates. Works pretty well, so I like it. And it plus just gives everybody a good sense of security, even though with all these towers and defenses, this is the map, pretty massive. A lot of icons on here, but even with all the guard towers and hedge towers and stuff, I still only have 75%, 76% of my structures defended, which is pretty nuts. Try to do what we can, but yeah, every time I get more villagers at this point, somebody they're not getting through winter because it's just, they're not keeping themselves warm. The biggest gripe I have right now and what I want to see changed in this whole thing is the villagers need to learn how to relight fires and keep fires and stuff like that stoked. It's just like, they just do not do that. The fire, they'll start the fire initially, but it won't stay stoked and it will go out and it won't get relit for I don't know how long. And so winters, I've spent all of my winters pretty much just stoking fires and keeping people babysat and keeping them alive. Not stoked on that, so hopefully they'll work that out with the AI of the villagers and stuff. I wish it wasn't so rainy today. Friggin' shame. But it does look good at night, I tell you what. Climb the tower. Yes, sirree, Bob. So this has been my massive village, 365 days, an entire year in ASKA. It's been 11 seasons and it's been friggin' wild. So I'd like to see some more content come out. I'll keep maintaining this village right now, I suppose, until I get some other video projects done and stuff like that. So this has been nuts. It's been a long, arduous process to get a lot of this stuff built, but it's been pretty fun. I really dig it. Overall, the game works pretty decently. The first couple of months can be kind of rough, but what are you supposed to do? Anyway, so this is my village in ASKA. 365 days worth of building, 140 villagers, more stuff than I can keep track of, and it's been friggin' sweet. This guy's like, get out of my tower. So that is gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video entertaining at all, make sure to hit that like button and possibly subscribe. If you're watching over here on Rumble, hit that like button and the follow button, and I would greatly appreciate that. And if you want to support projects like this and the channel further, consider becoming a member, and I would greatly appreciate that even more. And thank you so much to the channel members for supporting the channel. All right, that's going to do it. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. And until next time, sharp out.